Hey guys, it's Tiny again. We're in the dyno room, as you can probably see, with the TLX on the dyno. Today the car is completely bone stock, but we're just kind of trying to see, was Acura very honest in their advertising of the horsepower numbers with this car? So just thought, we have this opportunity to throw it on our dyno, do a little bit of playing around. Like I said, the car's bone stock, no tune, no nothing's available for it yet. So we're just kind of seeing, where does it land and what's the opportunities to move upwards and onwards.
I'ma start going way up.
Yeah, round by myself.
Essentially, there's not a ton of information out about this car as of yet. Even though we've had it for a while, there's not a ton of them that have been produced, and not a ton of them have been modified yet. It's still kind of on the cusp of this platform taking off. So like I said, the car's bone stock and there's no calibration support. That being said, I've kind of had to just play around on the dyno to get it to work and get things to figure out. The car literally had to freak itself out before it would disable the traction control fully. So just kind of had to do a couple pulls to let it go up and down, and then eventually just shut off all the assists, which is in kind of what I wanted in the grand scheme of things, as I don't know, I haven't been able to find some cars will have a chassis dyno mode where they'll disable all of this stuff. The Supra is one that we're pretty familiar with that has that feature. Just right now, there's no documentation that I can find of something like that existing. So kind of got over that, so now the car will actually do a full dyno run. The next part was just kind of figuring out what gear is accurate. Acura lists that 6 gear is 1-to-1. I did a 6-gear pull. It's 145 mile-an-hour wheel speed, which isn't the end of the world, but I don't love it, and it's a really, 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 really long pull, which is just hard on everything. 5th gear seems to be the ticket because it just isn't as long of a pull as 6, but seem to produce pretty much the exact same results. So I'm comfortable with that. You can argue in the comments if not. So I'll do 3 pulls in 5th. I kind of already know where it's going to land, but we'll do the 3 pulls for you guys and then talk about that afterwards. So yeah, we 3 back-to-back consecutive dyno pulls put us just over 300 horsepower, kind of what I expected, what I hoped. This car is rated at 355 wheel horsepower stock, I want to say. Let me double check. Car is rated at 355 horsepower. I lost it again, and 354 foot-pounds of torque, and a really, really, really low RPM number that I wouldn't have ever even started the pull on. At 1400 RPM is when it makes 350 torque, which kind of reflects in the dyno graph, because when you step on it, it pretty much instantaneously makes torque. It's really responsive in that regard. I think it's probably on the smaller side of a turbo for a V6, so that allows it to be really, really responsive from the get-go. So yeah, it kind of produced the numbers that we'd be hoping for, around 50 horsepower loss. Pretty decent, pretty consistent amount that I would expect horsepower and torque loss through an all-wheel drive automatic 10-speed auto. Yes, these 10 speeds are pretty stout, pretty decent. I know they use this technology in a couple other cars, so not surprised that there wasn't a super detrimental amount of loss in the drivetrain. As far as moving forward with this platform, I'm pretty impressed. I think it kind of landed exactly where we wanted it to, in regards to like a good, a base, a good starting point. Aftermarket scene is going to take this car. It's still relatively unknown just because there's so few of these produced, and so even less people are modifying them with just such a high cost. So we're still kind of gauging the market and seeing what the demand is, and I'm sure other companies are doing the same, but definitely a platform that we're proud to be a part of and proud to be developing parts for, because it's just a cool car. It's like a cool thing that Honda and Acura still care about making a performance-oriented car, whether it's the Type R, which is a hot hatch, or the Type-S, the TLX Type-S, which is a family sedan with 300 horsepower. Like I said, there's not any calibration or tuning to be had. If you're curious on why this car, or maybe a platform that you're into, doesn't have a ton of tune or calibration support, we're actually shooting a video on that right now. So we can get a little bit more info on that. Stay tuned to see that video. That's it, guys. Those are the results of us dynoing a bone stock TLX Type-S. Let us know down below if you're surprised, excited, what kind of feelings seeing the results today I gave you. Also, down below, let us know what kind of parts you want to see for this car. We're definitely always open to feedback from the customer base and the community of like what you guys want to see made for the car. We always love making a product that sells to the community and you guys feel like you have a hand in. That's something that's super big to us. So let us know down below. Any questions, comments, concerns, leave a like, comment, subscribe. Till next time, peace.